Just to acknowledge, I mentioned partnership. We had 6 different clubs in our district partner with us on this particular program. This is, together with this aspect, there were some other aspects to the program. The total program was about $60,000 and we had to raise about $40,000 cash. And we thank our partners which are listed here for contributing. And that's what I mean, that as time goes on, we will really be talking about partnership in doing different projects. And I think your project right now is a partnership project also.
I'm going to talk about it in just a minute. But,
Thank you.
I'm going to let you ask questions of the panel in a second, but because we're getting close to the end time, I've got one more thing I need to ask now. So I hope you all agree after this that the Rotary Foundation is a worthwhile organization and one worthy of your support. And if you do, I want to tell you that we're going to change a little bit about the way we administer donations from our members to the Rotary Foundation. In the past, we have billed members as part of our billings. The money comes in. Sometimes it goes into the club's bank account. Then we have to transfer it over to our foundation bank account. Then we have to keep track of who gave how much, for what program, and fill out all kinds of forms and get membership numbers and then send it all to Evanston. It's an administrative burden that there's no reason for us to be going through that. So we're no longer going to take donations for the Rotary Foundation to our club. We're going to ask you to donate directly to the Rotary Foundation. And the easiest way to do that is with this form. It's called TRF Direct. And you can authorize a withdrawal from your checking account or your savings account or your credit card on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. It can be stopped at any time. But if you can do what I did and sign up for $20 a month, it comes out of it gets applied to your credit card, you get points for it, and it's like a couple cups of coffee at Starbucks during the course of the month. You'd never miss it. It's a lot easier, in my mind, than writing a check for $100 or $200 once a year that we always put off and never remember. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do, is to use the TRF Direct form. It's very simple. You fill out the information either on one side or the other, if it's credit card or your bank account. You need your membership number. Your membership number is on the sheet of paper that's in it. Okay, so that's easy to do. You need to know the club number. The club number is on here. It's 3151. And if you fill it out now and give it to me, I'll mail it for you.
And they had a 0.
No, that means they're off the service. So
In your case, gave 2 zeros.
And then we're going to give everybody who does this, as their first donation is received, you will get a little sticker like this for your badge. So right now, Roger has a little sticker, whatever Roger is, because he sent his check in yesterday to the Rotary Foundation, and I have. So it would be great if we could get 100% participation, even if you only do $10 a quarter, $40 a year. If you do the TRF Direct routine, it has to be a minimum of $10 a transaction. So I would ask you to take this. I'm going to send a copy of this electronically to everybody in the club after I get this presentation put together, because you can also fill it out with an online form and just email it to them, which is actually the way I did it. So now, anybody have any questions for our panel?
Did you pay for any of the soybeans?
We partnered with an NGO centered in St. Louis called World Soy Foundation. And they work with a lot of the soy producers in the country. And their goal is to promote the uses of soy. So they underwrote the supply of soybeans for 1 year. And after that, they are allowed to buy it. And we have done the math, they would still be profitable.
Well, you talked about it being a $60,000 project.
Yeah.
Can you give us an idea of what that cost?
Okay. Now, this particular project is not 60,000. This is what we did. We bought the machine, got it installed, but before we can install it, you have to understand that the facilities there are just not there. So we needed to do quite a bit of renovation. They provided the room, so the wall tiles and the flooring and electric supply and the water supply and all that kind of thing we had to do. But in parallel, we also funded a kitchen. where they have we bought them a refrigerator where they can store the milk, and then also we bought them a bread maker, bread oven, and then furnished the kitchen. So that was part of it also. Then we provided them with 10 computers, in network and all that kind of a thing. And then we built 3 bathrooms, flush toilets in that particular school. And then we went to another school, which is a vocational school, goes up to the 10th grade, 9th grade. And they already had a vision of educating the kids in carpentry and machine shop work. And they needed equipment. So we basically bought most of the equipment needed for carpentry as well as machine shop. And they will go through the training and hopefully get employed. But we did one more thing, that these students, after they graduate, if they want to have their own contract business and get an order to build a bookshelf or whatever, they can use that facility by paying a small amount and be entrepreneurs on their own.
Do they like the soya milk?
Sorry?
Do they like drink soya milk, the kids?
Oh, they loved it.
Because my kids, they don't want it.
I want to make one closing statement with my assistant governor hat on for just 1 minute, and that's just to say that, first of all, thank you for coming. People ask me why do I spend so much time with Rotary, but this is exactly why I wish I had more time to spend with Rotary, and why I'm extremely proud to be a Rotarian. Now, what I'm going to do is sign up for $100 a month, because that only counts for one dinner that, as you can all see. So, if you give one of those forms, I'd like to do that
Let me add their 2 cents. One thing that's clear to me is we as Rotarians have the opportunity to use that Rotary Foundation in the proportion in which we give. And this club has been generous about giving to the Rotary Foundation, but we haven't been very good about designating how it gets to be used. Part of us doing that is we're participating in this project in Bolivia, where we're basically setting
Can I
up
take 2 minutes and show the video to you all? This is the project that we're going to be one of, I think, 6 clubs. We're going to contribute $2,500. It's going to turn into $40,000, and it's going to buy 100 people a leg. Like you'll see on this video. We had a program about this.
Oh, is that neat? Oh,
Yes.
that was cool.
Yes, we're going to provide seed money for clinics just for that in Bolivia.
Because of your love,
And that man got that leg.
you
Day
did
this was
stay.
built.
When I wanted to give up,
Isn't that awesome?
you saw me through.
We're going to provide 40 we're going to provide 100 people
For all that you
a leg like that over a 2-year period.
I
We're
have
going to provide all the money that the clinic needs to be sustained on an ongoing basis. That's the shop. Yeah. It's made the shop. The grocery store down there has already created a shop. You already created a worker by the materials. Talk about changing lives. Look at this guy here. He's got a leg today, and now he's going to fight for it.
You're so proud,
Isn't that awesome?
never jealous. Thanks for cheering so loud. Your determination is an inspiration. Whatever.
Prosthetic leg in the U.S. $1,000 to at least $1,000 for above the knee prosthetic leg. And with this technology, they can do it for $100 a leg. And it has a fully working knee. Absolutely amazing. So,
The other project that we'll be doing, you'll hear more about in September, but it is I mentioned it briefly last week, but it is a project in India where a ambassadorial scholarship scholar has returned and found a fabulous way to employ impoverished weavers into being able to sew clothing suitable for the world market. So, Hannah Warren, yeah, she's phenomenal. So, we as a club, if we can continue our generosity, but at the same time also put a little extra effort into designating how the money that we've donated to the foundation gets used around the world, I think it's a wonderful way to do it. So, thank you one and all for coming. Derek?
Just to conclude, folks, we are all blessed to be living in this great country. And if you go and visit other places, you can see the need. And $1 from in this country goes a long way in helping others in another country. And as he said, if we focus and we prioritize and have a continuity of our efforts in a given area, I think we can make a difference. And Rotarians are making a difference. Thank you.
Thank you one and all for your time and sharing your experiences, and honor your time and effort you will be making